Having my own transportation gave me the freedom to come and go as much as I wanted, whenever I wanted. And one of the easiest places to visit was Iraklion. Iraklion is Crete's largest city. It's located about 16 kilometers west of base on the northern side of the island, and it was definitely a fun place to explore. When we went into town, usually the first stop we made was the waterfront to see if any cruise ships were in port. Most tourists who came to Crete arrived on the island in Iraklion, either by cruise ship or via overnight ferry from Athens. A few arrived at the airport, but not many. If there was a cruise ship docked and it was staying overnight, we often simply walked on board, found the bar, and mingled with the passengers, trying to find some young touristas we could ask out. On several occasions, when we found the bar unattended, we even made drinks for tourists as well as ourselves. We were very considerate that way. When we were lucky enough to meet some tourists on board, we were always happy to share our limited knowledge of Greek mythology with them. Because these ships docked a short distance away from the harbor's most prominent feature, the old Venetian fortress, we even went so far as to politely invite the touristas to ride over with us in my Jeep so they could see it up close and inside. When we did this, we would make up myths for them that sounded good. This old fortress is the one from which the ancient Minoans used to throw Vestal virgins into the sea after an earthquake to appease the gods of inner earth. Inner earth. They say sometimes late at night, when the conditions are just right, you can still hear their cries of anguish. If you want, we can stay all night to see if we can hear the cries. It was so easy. We were experts at making up mythology. Crete was a fantastic place to live if you were interested in world history. The Knossos ruins themselves were a huge draw for tourists, as was the mythology associated with the island. Being assigned to Iraklion Air Station was a golden opportunity for us to learn as much as we could of the ancient Minoans, whose civilization had flourished in the area thousands of years before. But between working at the Pound, going to the NCO club, catching some sun at Florida Beach, hitting tavernas, and sleeping, some of us didn't have that much time to read and learn, so we just made up things to impress the touristas. The ancient ruins of Knossos are located conveniently close to Iraklion. Virtually all touristas visiting the island came specifically to see them. It was the primary attraction. When we met touristas at Florida Beach who hadn't been there as yet, it was almost assured that we could hook up with them the following day and take them out to the palace. If we met touristas downtown in the evening who hadn't been to the ruins as yet, it was no problem for us to pick up a jug of Minos wine and drive out there, jump the fence, and see the ruins in moonlight. Nighttime also allowed us to embellish stories of the labyrinth by gesturing towards darkened passageways and speculating about the horrors of the Minotaur. When the Minotaur escaped from the labyrinth, He went to an area now called Florida Beach. Oh, you haven't been there yet to see his cave? Would be happy to show you. It's really close. I know it's late, but I don't mind driving out there. Visits to Knossos during daylight usually had us lecturing tourists on our homemade mythology. Over here, you can see that the pillars are wider at the top than at the bottom. That's because the original pillars of the palace were actually tree trunks, and they were inverted so they wouldn't take root. Now, this is the area where traditional Greek dancing was done for King Minos, kind of like they do at the Bamboo Club and the Glass House today. You have to see the Greek dancing. How about we meet you both tonight and we'll go? We'll interpret the meanings of the moves for you. And we did, in our way.